Yes, 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 and we're back. Dragging in the afternoon. Almost time to get out of here.
Almost time to go enjoy our day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the park.
I'm gonna go wash the car.
I've already did that before. That's the reason why I was running behind. Had these fucking guys in my way. I'm like, fuck, I gotta get out of the way. Man, that's a nice ride you got, man. What you got under the hood? A motor. Like, I gotta go.
I thought about getting the Mustang out, but I didn't do it yet.
Yeah. I just don't like all that salt and shit, so.
No, I want the road to get getting cleaned off first before I start getting that car out.
Yep, I got a little bit of body work I gotta do to the Civic. And then we're gonna wrap it. And, yeah, I'll be styling in the spring, so.
Hell yeah.
You know, there's just I've got everything to finish the car. So, I mean, I just got a little bit of body work that I wanted to do. Well, the body work got added to it because I've been fucking hit twice. So, you know.
Both times from behind.
Fuck. The one time is in a goddamn parking lot in front of me. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's pushing my car. Well, I never seen rims like that, you know. You know, I was trying to get a closer look. Oh, you got a damn good closer look. You pushed my car fucking 20 feet.
How much closer you need to fucking be, dude?
Yeah. I grabbed the door.
Mm-hmm.
And was going to open it up and start beating this guy's ass. Well, actually, I grabbed the door to use my left hand. My right hand was going to punch the fucking window out, right?
Yep.
Well, the fucking door opened up, and I damn near ended up on the guy's lap. And his wife was so cool. She's like, stop the fucking truck. And, you know, he was an older guy. You know, he was really nice. And you know what? He paid out of pocket to have it fixed.
That's cool.
He didn't want to turn it over to his insurance. He had hit another car in another parking lot a couple weeks prior to that. And I'm like, I just fucking put a new rear bumper on my car because some fucking kid ran into me.
Oh, shit.
So it's like, yeah. So hopefully I don't get rear-ended. I might get the super secret project out.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a RX-7 that's right-hand drive that I don't, like I said, I don't talk about a lot of my projects, but
right.
It's getting very close. We're going to start wrapping it here soon.
That's cool.
So, yeah, it's got the wide body kit on it. And,
hell yeah.
It's not the Veilsight kit. It's close. It's from a German company. And it was damn near a little bit cheaper than the Veilsight, which you can't really get anymore.
Right.
There was a guy in Texas that had one, and he wanted $22,000. I'm like, dude, I'll give you 15 grand. Nope, got to have 22. I know what I've got. Like,
keep it.
Like, yeah, well, I bet he still has it.
Probably.
So, yeah, Wrenchworks redid the rotary motor. It's making about 1,000 horse now. So
that'll work.
Yeah. It'll put down a premium, you know.
You got twins or a big turbo?
Single.
Big turbo, good.
Yeah, 102.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's tuned. It's been on the dyno. It went over 1,000 horse.
How long does it take it to spool?
Quite a bit. Quite a bit. Yeah, they told me I might have to put nitrous on it to spray it to spool up faster. And, you know, with us working with Venom, you know, I mean, that's a possibility.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I put the big turbo on it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about doing twins on it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I talked to those guys, they said they're having more luck with the single than the twins.
Well, the single's more consistent for passes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, really.
Yeah. But. Well, I took a trip overseas, and as a lot of people know, I bought some shit. And I bought more shit than I actually disclosed, you know.
More shit than you needed.
Well, it started with 2 containers and ended up with 6.
Yeah.
So, and there actually I bought 8 containers. There's 2 more over there. We're gonna bring back too.
Yeah.
So,
well, the one's not full yet. But.
Yeah, it's getting close. I've been buying a bunch of weird shit. Like, I don't know, man. I need to quit buying shit. Like, fucking, you know.
Oh, well.
You know. But yeah, there was a project car you sent me, and then it showed up in my news feed, and I'm like, I ought to buy that and just fucking piss Jimmy off like I did with the truck.
You better not.
Yeah. That thing was...
You buy it, I'm going to steal it.
Yeah. Well, tell everybody what it was.
What was it, an 89?
I don't know. Here, I'll look. You sent me the listing.
It was a Plymouth Horizon.
Yeah.
The most non-cool car ever made. But they've got the bumpers shaved off of it. They've got it lowered.
Oh, yeah.
It's even a Sludge-O-Matic. It's not even a 5-speed. But it's just cool looking. It looks like a little rally car almost.
Yeah, it's, oh, it's sold.
Oh, it's sold?
Yeah, 2,100. Somebody probably gave him $2,000.
Shit, I bet they gave him 1,800 for it and owned it.
Man, his fucking engine bay is clean as fuck.
I know. The whole car was clean.
Is that the factory engine?
I think so.
I don't know.
They made a big turbo for that. They made a little turbo setup for that motor.
Yeah, I see that. The fucking thing is clean.
It is. I didn't like that front bumper. That front bumper would have come off.
Yeah.
Shaved like the back.
Yeah, that would have had to come off. It had to be shaved like the back. I agree. This thing was in St. Louis.
Yeah, it was like you. I thought about calling and going looking at it.
Matter of fact, where it says on the map, it's right by me.
Man.
I wonder if I seen this over at Forest Park or I seen it over at Creve Coeur Park.
I first looked at it and thought it was an old Jetta.
That's what I thought it was at first, too.
I was like, it's an old Jetta or a Rabbit. But it wasn't.
I should have bought that bitch. It was an automatic car.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it wasn't even a stick.
If it was a stick, it would have been cooler, but it's still pretty cool.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Still pretty cool.
Be a neat little beat around daily driver. You know?
I like what they did with the rear bumper. They took it off, and where the holes are, they put backup lights.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, and as you listeners don't know, Jimmy was trying to buy my shop truck.
Yeah, almost had it bought and then said it was sold.
Yeah, got to it before he did. Because I posted it on my Facebook, and I'm so happy. I looked forever for one of these things. Then all of a sudden there was all these hating comments. I'm like, what the fuck? Then he tried to buy it off me for more money than, well, obviously, because I didn't give much for it. I would have gave him as much as, I would have went up $5,000.
Oh, yeah, because it was cool as hell, and it was pretty much rust-free and everything. I mean, you could have found a better one.
It was rust-free, and the thing's got like 40,000 miles.
Yeah, you could have found a better one.
Well, and what's crazy is the week before it, there was one in Texas for $12,000, and I almost drove down there and got it. The problem was he couldn't get it to start.
Yeah.
And then he got it to start, and he sent a video to somebody, and they saved it, and they posted it up in this Facebook group, Hardcore S10s, and you could hear a rod knocking in it. And I'm like, man, for that much money, I mean, of course, if you bought it, you would probably LS swap it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, like, for that much money, I was kind of on the fence because, man, I mean, they're out there.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, you know, and there's other people that's built them, you know what I'm saying? I know which work bed you have to buy to do it.
Right.
To cut it down, you know? But no, I couldn't believe this thing was right around the corner from me, downtown St. Louis. I was like, are you fucking serious? So, but yeah, it's a fun truck.
Yeah, but
everybody likes it. They're like, I can't believe you put a body kit on it. I'm like, yep. Yep, bag that motherfucker too. So, that was the whole intention. Yeah, in that truck, back in the 90s, there was somebody in Granite City who had one as a plumbing company.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting is I don't know how he got it because these were only contracted to the military. But this guy had one, and it come into the body shop, and we had to paint it. and he wanted it red instead of blue. And so
I always wanted one of the old GE phone company trucks.
those are cool.
The short bed square bodies with the utility sides put on the step side bed.
Yep.
Those were cool.
Now, I'll tell you something that you don't know I got at the shop.
What?
I've got one of those, but it's a bucket truck.
Ah.
Yep. Matter of fact, the people I got the building from, it was sitting in the shop. And I was like, hey, you want to sell that? And they're like, oh, maybe. I mean, it runs good, you know, but it was a utility truck. It was a for the Ameren.
Right.
And I guess he bought it at an auction. I think he bought it at an auction because he had something he was doing that he needed the bucket for.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he only uses it like once or twice a year. Maybe they'll cut a tree down or something.
Well, I love those phone company trucks because they were a utility bed.
Well, that's what this has.
But they only went up as high as the bottom of the back window.
Yep, same thing with
so
this.
So they were cool, you know. It was like you could still see around it, but you got the utility bed, and all it was a hang-on boxes that went on your factory step-side bed.
Yeah, exactly. So what...
Your factory step-side bed was the whole center of it, you know?
Yeah, what's cool about this one, it's got that setup, but it's got the bucket lift in it, you know?
Yeah.
And so...
That's cool.
So my whole thing is I want to body drop it, or at least bag it pretty low, you know?
Right.
And then leave the bucket on it.
Yeah.
And then we can go to shows and stuff, and we can lift because the bucket thing works perfect. So it'd be kind of cool to cruise around. Picture this. You're down there at Mini Truckin' Nationals cruising, and you got the bucket fully extended with two people in it videoing it. You know, so...
Put an announcer up in there or anything, you know?
Oh, yeah, I mean... And so, yeah, I got that thing cheap, but I haven't done anything with it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think I've never really driven except moved it from where it was to where it's sitting now. You know, so...
It's sitting there by my old truck now, isn't it?
No, your old truck's inside.
Okay.
So, no, this is sitting out back.
Okay.
Along with some other projects I bought. I've got I bought a cab, a semi-truck cab, a Peterbilt, that we've got on a chassis that I plan on building a Baja truck out of.
Cool.
So, it's sitting back there. Yeah, that, it's crazy because this suspension, I bought someone's project, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago, and it was a Ford Ranger, but it had all the flared out stuff, you know, to go Baja. I mean, it was a weekend wannabe trophy truck is what it was.
Right.
And they blew the transmission up in it, and the motor was on the verge of going out. It only had a V6 in it. And, but it had so much work done to the chassis, and I ended up buying it pretty cheap. And then everybody's like, what are you going to do with this thing? And I go, well, I got a plan. Well, I didn't have a plan, but then I was at a junkyard. Then I was at a junkyard one day, and I seen the plan come together, and, you know, because with Fast and the Furious, you know, Hobbs and Shaw, you know, where they had the little semi truck, you know, on the island. Yep. I always wanted to build one like that.
Yep.
You know, but I wanted to, instead of being like a straight rod, I wanted to kind of step it up to be like a little bit of an off-road, you know.
Right.
You know, like you could take it to King and the Hammers and stuff like that, or you could, you know, there's a lot of different stuff you could do, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, that's...
Hell yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, what's kind of crazy is the semi-truck on the roof. It's just sitting there, but everybody thinks it's mounted. There was a bunch of old police cars from the 70s and 80s, and I bought all the lights off of them. So I got the light sitting on the fucking, on the sleeper part of it. So yeah. Everybody's like, what are you going to do with that? I'm like, I don't know, finish it and go play with it, you know?
Yep, whatever I want.
Yeah, when that thing was running and it was somewhat of a trophy truck, it would pull massive 3 wheels.
Oh yeah, I bet.
You know, you could cut it real hard, dump the suspension, and it would sit back, and you could three-wheel the fuck out of it. But yeah, that's another thing. The guy lost interest in it, and he wanted to build a T-bucket. So I don't know how you go from this to a T-bucket.
Yeah.
And yeah, he bought the whole kit, and he wanted to make it like that model car from when we were kids, you know, that black and gold one, you know.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, hey, more power to him. I don't know how far he ever got with the project. I haven't talked to him in years, but
right.
You know, but yeah, the flares and all that, the fender flares and all that, and the back, we end up doing an Explorer and putting all that on.
Okay.
And of course, we sold the Explorer, you know. Yeah, we would drive around looking for railroad tracks to jump that fucking thing all the time. And
now I helped a guy do an Explorer up by Springfield. It was an extended cab. It was like a 93, 94. We did all the fiberglass body panels on it. Put the bigger lift on the front to get it up, and he had 35s on it all the way around.
Yeah, 35s to 38s, yeah.
Yep.
Well, 33 to 38, but 35s are what a lot of people use on the street.
That's what he was doing. He was street driving it.
Yeah, those things are fucking cool. Yeah, that was kind of a trend for a while. People were building little trophy trucks.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not...
I'd be scared to drive it now, so they'd think it was squatted, because they're always sat down on the butt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're not hard to build, really.
No, not really at all.
And especially the Ford's got that I-beam suspension. It's like perfect for it. And then you buy the control arms to put the wheel out farther, and the spindle, the 3-inch lift spindle. And
yeah, you buy them longer arms.
Yeah, and then you cut the top out of the spring pocket, and then there's a welded hoop that you do in the front, and then you could put a Fox shock or, you know, Renegade shock or something in the front. And then the back, it's basically 4-linked, but it's like a 2-link long bar. And you can relatively buy them. Styling Motorsports.
Truck arms.
Yeah, truck arms.
That's what I always called it, truck arms, yeah.
But we sell all that on Styling Motorsports. So,
yeah.
You just go to the off-road section, and it's all on there. But we did a couple S10s like that. And there was a couple different guys, but there was a guy that was selling all the flared-out bedsides and front fenders. So, when I did the Explorer... realistically, we only had that thing done for like a month, and I had a friend of mine just fell in love with it. His wife wanted it.
Right.
And so we were like, fuck it, we'll sell it. Because, I mean, it wasn't hard to build. Then we built a couple other ones, and I think the Rangers are easier to build than the S10s. The S10s, it's like you got to do a lot of fabrication. But then you got guys that want the full-size truck.
Right.
And the full-size truck, it's easy to do, but then again, you know, it is what it is. And then, you know, of course, the Toyotas and the Nissans, you know, them parts are relatively available. But the Ranger one, I mean, that's the reason why there's so many Ranger trophy trucks.
Yep.
You know, but since we already had this,
right,
you know, I did some measuring, and then I go junkyard hopping secretly in my spare time, and I might see something, I'm like, ooh, that could fit on there, you know. I've got a Metro van. You know, it was a Farm Fresh delivery truck at one time.
Okay.
But the floor is just fucked up. I want to put that on one of those off-road chassis.
Right.
I think that'd be fucking sick. But the only problem is the way that you'd have to configure it, you'd be sitting back. So you really couldn't see out either side.
Yeah, that wouldn't be very good.
And you wouldn't want to cut windows in it, because then it'd look fucking stupid. You know, but yeah, I mean. But on that note, guys, the DJs are here. They're going to be blasting some funky flavor in your ear. And then I'll be back tonight on Kicking It with Leslie. And see what all she had going on over at the weekend, because I didn't talk to her much.
I'm sure she had a big weekend.
Oh, she's always got something going on.
Yep.
So yeah, it's good kicking it with you guys, dragging in the afternoon. But we got to go. We're going right into the music with the DJ. So we'll see you. Happy Monday, guys.
Happy Monday. See ya.